more box. Oh.
Welcome back to the garage, guys. So the bolts finally came in, and now I can go ahead and complete this repair. I have a lot more threading past the nut here. This isn't tightened down, but we're going to clean this up, and we're going to actually weld this nut in here permanently. The nuts here before, this was the 65 mil that I had that I didn't have any, I couldn't even thread it on, get the nut on there, so I went 10 mil longer and I got 75. So I'm going to weld this in. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, and I'll get this done. So while I was working last night, I was tightening down the bolt for the passenger side for the trailing arm, and the actual bottom end of the frame started to cave in. The metal, I thought was actually pretty good metal, but there was a gap between the trailing arm and the top of that L bracket, or the bottom of that L bracket that I made. And when I was torquing everything down, the pressure was too much that it started to cave in that thin metal on the bottom. So what I did is I actually put a bushing in between this section right here, inside the hollow area. So I actually cut this out, put in a new piece of metal, and I put a bushing that sits in between the trailing arm and the bottom of that L bracket that I did. And luckily that's been able to carry the load through that. So there's good pressure in between here that this is no longer caving in. So this managed to torque down nicely, and I can finally get the bolts completed, weld that nut in, and be done with this. Both sides welded in, the nuts are permanently in there. Thanks to my brother for helping me out on this side. When we uncovered that problem when we were torquing things down and the bottom of the frame caving in, I was pretty bummed out, and luckily we managed to actually repair that quite quickly overnight, so thanks Jake for helping me out on that. Secondly, guys, I'm just going to start installing the rest of the suspension, tightening things down and getting that completed. So I'll pull out the coilovers, get those mounted in there, kind of clean things up a little bit in here as well. Next, after that, I want to get these in before the end of the night. Where are they? Oh, they're there. I want to get these brake calipers in a rust dissolving solution. So I'm going to actually take these apart, remove all the seals, and submerge this in a solution for a couple nights, because I'm kind of getting tired of having to continuously be grinding and working with the Dremel. That I'm going to let the chemicals do the work for me and clean those things up.
Making with drive or section. When it hits you, yes, in the air, yes, yes, you shall. When it hits you, yes, in the air, yes, when it hits you, yes, in the air, yes, you shall. When it hits you, yes.
Brake calipers are disassembled. A couple bolts need to be replaced. I just threw it in that bucket of that rust dissolving solution you just saw there. And I'm gonna let that sit for about 24, maybe to 48 hours, see how it does. It's getting pretty late, so I'm just gonna continue this video in the morning. The rims have come, and now I'm gonna open these up and take a look at them. Nice little 15-inch wheels. wheels.
Car wheels. Over you.
This is the Avid 1 AV08 wheel. It is 15 by 6.5 with a 4 by 100 bolt pattern. I got these from Image in Motion up in British Columbia. They were kind enough to actually lower the price that they had online to accommodate my color choice that they didn't have stock of. I originally wanted it black, but I ended up settling for bronze to get a better price. And in the future, if I did decide to go black, I could easily just plasti dip these, or if they ever did get really worn down, I probably would get these powder coated black. These are rep wheels. They are just a JDM style of the Regamaster wheels. Similar also to the Rota slips. All in all, it's a nice rim. I do like the quality of the build. This is a low pressure cast wheel. It's not a gravity cast, so it's a little better when it comes to actually design and durability, and honestly for a good price as well. I'd pick these up for 600 bucks shipped to my door, so tax in and everything, and I can't wait to put these on the car. These are also a 35mm offset as well. So now that we've seen the wheels, the next thing that I want to move on to is the color of this car. So I've gone ahead and I've already picked 3 colors, so I'll show you guys them right now, and I'll let you guys actually vote on them and a poll that I'm going to put on this episode. The first color that I've gone with is just a simple neutral white. I hear it's one of the easiest colors when it comes to painting, so it's something that I can consider for myself being an amateur car painter. I've never really painted anything with a spray gun, so having white in one of the options here is definitely something comforting that I could definitely consider as one of the colors. Secondly is this kind of a lighter version of an army green. It does have a bit of a gray tone to it. And finally, the dark blue with a little bit of a purple tone to it. That is probably my favorite choice of so far all 3 of these. I know it is the darkest of the 3 colors here. Probably going to be one of the harder ones to paint, and when it comes to body work, I'll probably have to be a lot more precise on things. Also keep in mind that the trim and all the plastic moldings on the car are still going to stay black, and definitely one of these 3 colors is going to get chosen, guys, so go ahead and cast a vote on the poll that I posted on the episode, and we'll see which one gets selected in the end. So that's probably going to wrap up today's video, guys. I do want to thank you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget to cast a vote for the colors that I've selected. And yeah, just a little update. It's great to have the suspension installed, the trailing arms welded in. Those repairs were quite daunting, to be honest with you. It's finally good to have those done and move on to different things. The brake calipers are still soaking in that rust dissolving solution. I'm just going to kind of let them sit for another day or so, and then I'll pull them out, give them a nice cleaning, hit them with some high heat primer paint, and then I'll probably end up throwing on a base coat of some sort. And yeah, we can just move on to better things on this car, especially with the brake lines and the fuel lines. I have to still hook all that up, and I also do have to find a fuel tank for the car. So anyways, that'll be it for today, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.